So this summer, last summer, I built a chicken coop. I needed something big enough to hold enough chickens to feed our family. Well, chickens to lay enough eggs to feed our family. Anyway, here's how it looks from the north side. And I apologize to anyone watching this. I do not know how to edit videos, nor do I desire to take the time to learn. So you just get an unedited, long video. Here's the south, the windows. 2 of those windows open for ventilation, but obviously not this time of year. Anyway. So here we go into the coop. Still kind of under construction in here, so it's kind of a mess. And then my husband got a whole pallet of chicken feed, so that's kind of in the way. Okay, so I wanted to show with a lot of reading about different people's coops, I wanted to incorporate all the awesome things that I noticed. So here's my walk-in area. It's, like I said, under construction, still has tools everywhere. These are going to be feed bins where I can put bulk feed into the top and then you can scoop it out at the bottom, kind of like at Winco or something, except for chickens. And then this area will be shelving for storage. So this area is about 10 feet wide and 8 feet long. I wanted a place to be able to store all the things that come with chickens without them pooping on it. So then here's their area. It's bigger, about 10 feet wide and about 16 feet long. So here's the feeder bins. I can get 1 bag of feed into these 2 bins from this side, and then they can eat it from the other side. I'll show you that in a minute. And here's my watering system, and I'll show you the rest of that in a minute. On this side, the hose comes up through the fence, and then here's where I put the water in, and I'll show you how that works. So here's a gallon of water. They drink about 2 a day. And I just set the whole gallon in and go about whatever else I'm doing, and it just runs right into the bucket. So that's how it works. And it's really easy. It took me a few tries to get this part right. I had to get a bigger hose and get a bigger funnel and have my husband help me install it because the dang hose wouldn't bend. Anyway, but once we got it figured out, it's been an awesome system and so easy to use. The reason that I wanted to be able to feed and water the chickens without having to go in with them is because I like to have a rooster around. There he is. I actually have 2. There they are. So that my hens could lay eggs and hatch their own chicks, but I have little kids that I want to be able to take care of the chickens, and I didn't want little kids being attacked by big roosters. And as it turns out, my white rooster is friendly, but this red one, not so much. So he's already tucked my 3-year-old, so we try and make it so that we can do chicken chores without being afraid of chickens. So anyway, let's go in and take a look at the feed and water. These chickens are kind of curious and friendly. And then I also have snow on my feet, so they love that. Anyway, let's get in here. We always watch out for this guy, Blacktail. Oh yeah, and there's our duck. I don't know why we have a duck, we just do. Oh, we have an escapee. Oh well. Anyway, we watch out for him, we make sure we know where he is, and then we go about our business. So here's the watering bucket more closely. The hose goes in the top. This is a water heater, like a water pail heater. I'll show it to you if I can get this lid off. Just a second. Okay, so here's the heater. Kind of it sinks down to the bottom and just gets things kind of lukewarm. It has not burnt a hole through the bottom of my plastic pail even when the pail is empty. So it seems to be working fine. And then I'll show you okay, move, step aside, step aside. So I'll show you how this watering bucket works. Here's another one that I was using when we had more chickens in this coop. Now it's kind of off duty. So this is what it looks like. These little red things that I've installed are called chicken water nipples, which I thought was kind of funny, but whatever. Maybe you don't see that humor. So you just drill a hole in the bottom of the bucket, and I got a little bit of plumber tape, or whatever that white stuff is called that goes around the little thread tape. I don't know what it's called. I just know how to use it. And this is what the water nipple looks like. It has a little spot where they tap it with their beak and one drop of water comes out at a time, and they love it. I've had young chicks and old hens learn how to use this system from a regular watering system. I mean, it takes them a matter of a minute or two to learn. You know, that it's shiny on the bottom, and so they can't help but come up and peck it, and as soon as they do, they get water, and pretty soon all the other hens want to know what the other hen is finding, and so they all come over, and within, 30 seconds or a minute, you've got all your chickens know how to use this thing. So anyway, that has been awesome. I hate dirty chicken water. Hate it. It's so disgusting. I hate it. So now you know how I feel about that. Go on. So that's why I've switched over to the system. We've had negative 10, negative 20 degree weather. I've got 2 heat lamps in here, and then this water heater that hangs down around the bottom of the bucket, and I have not had my water freeze up. So I thought that was a pretty good deal. Okay. Oh, and so then here is the feeder box. It just, they just have like an inch or two of room here that they can access the feed, and it's about 8 inches off the ground maybe. And they seem to like it. I do have one smaller chick in here, and when I threw him in here, I'm not sure if he could access the feed or not, but I knew that the chickens threw over enough feed that he would be able to get enough off the ground until he was tall enough, and it didn't take him long. This watering bucket doesn't seem to drip too much. Once in a while I take it and clean the nipples and whatnot. Stay away. Clean the nipples and or replace them. And they cost like 20 cents each, so no big deal to replace them. And because once in a while I'll have a drippy one, or even just cleaning them will take care of it. I have hard water, so that doesn't help. Anyway, long story short, there's their roost. I think this one wants to come back in. Come on. There you go. So, I don't know why this guy is liking me so much today. So there's the roost. There's the back door for when I want to clean this out. I can just open it. I don't have any holes cut yet for them to walk out in the summer because it's not summer and I just got done with the coop. So apparently that's next year's project. And then their laying boxes are over in the corner, and I'll show you them from the outside. I think that's all I need to show you. I had wiring installed so that I could plug things in. If I knew how to do wiring, I'd have done it myself, but whatever. Probably burn the thing down. Alright, so now back outside. And then around the side of the coop under the eave. We usually get more snow than this, so it's hence the large eave. So here at the end are my boxes. I've only made 3 so far because it's a work in progress, but they don't seem to care. They'd all love to just sit in the same nest if they could. You just open the lid and have access to eggs if there are any. There's one. Oops, there's a chicken. Excuse me, sister. My kids can collect the eggs from the outside of the coop without having to get pecked. We've only lost 1 chicken, and by lost I mean she jumped out and ran away. We found her. So the idea was a kid-friendly chicken coop. And even my husband, who hates chickens, can take care of my chickens for me if I'm away. And if I fill my whole feeder tray full and both my buckets, I think I've left for a week before, and he didn't have to feed or water them. So, user-friendly chicken coop. Built it in the summer. Took me about 5 months, mostly by myself. Awesome project, and very user-friendly. That was the idea. So I hope you enjoyed my tour, and go ahead and ask any questions if you want to. I love telling about things that I've built or helping other people do the same. And I love my chickens, even though it seems like I want to avoid them. It's mostly just so that things stay easy. I do enjoy having them, and so do the kids. So anyway, thank you for joining me, and have fun with your chickens.